What's up, guys? And today we got the quarterback Bo Jackson, out of position, pound the rock, battle ready chemistry. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm definitely kind of late on this, but I was just been so busy, and I'm trying to get it to you as fast as I can. Now, throwing stat wise, nothing impressive on paper except that 97 throw on the run. That looks amazing. But of course, nobody's gonna want to get Bo Jackson, the quarterback, except for one big reason, that is the scrambling, which we're gonna talk a lot about that later. But for right now, as far as throwing the ball short, I was curious about all three phases. I wanted to see if he could, be consistent on all of them. I'll tell you right now, the only consistent part of his throwing was the short passes. I did not see a single bad short pass. And believe me, man, I threw a lot of short passes. Now, as far as the mid throw, I would give this like a solid B+. I mean, I did not expect him to be as good as he was. I think he only had like 2 bad mid throws, but he had like a good 9 solid ones, and that's, to me, that's a pretty good percentage. So whether you're gonna throw across the middle or throw it to the sideline, which I know so many guys love to run these out routes, including me, once in a while. So from what I could tell, he was very consistent there. Now the deep throw is definitely not as good as the short and mid. I'd probably give this like a solid C flat. He had, I believe, I threw about 5 deep passes, and he only connected on 2 of them. And believe me, the throw power is there. Not a single one underthrown. Now this was the most shocking thing about him. He has 97 throw on the run. I thought he was going to be a beast. I thought he was going to be damn near perfect, if not perfect, when it came to throwing on the run. And don't get me wrong, he had some nice throws, no doubt about it. He just had a lot more missed throws than I thought he would have. Believe it or not, these 3 right here, these 3 passes, that was it. Of all the attempts, those were the only successful attempts. Like I said, he had a couple bad deep throws, but this was the biggest one. Throws on the run. It did not matter if it was to the right, to the left, and I showed you the successful ones. The first 2 were running to the left, so I didn't really put too much focus into that. To me, I know there was that patch about running to the left, to the right, depending on what kind of quarterback you have, but still, I mean, when you have 97 throw on the run, it should really show up. And I could not believe that the most missed throws he had were throws on the run. But this, of course, is why everybody wants him, the scrambling, no doubt about it. As far as a grade, I give him an A+, man. He's fast, he falls forward, he can truck, he can stiff arm, he can juke, he can spin, he can do it all. He is, of course, Bo Jackson, the running back at quarterback. So if you want to run with him, he's one of the few quarterbacks that I've used that I don't really worry about fumbling. I actually don't think he fumbled a single time for me. And believe me, he took some hits, and I gave my opponents headaches, man, just scrambling with him. Even if your opponent does it like a QB spy, if you're good with the sticks, you can kind of bait that guy into sending that QB spy after you, and then run back behind the offensive line. Anyways, I think the best way to catch people off guard with someone like Bo Jackson is don't make them aware every single play that you have Bo Jackson. I only ran the ball with Bo Jackson every game like 5 times. Throw the ball a lot, make them forget you got Bo Jackson back there, and then when they least expect it, do stuff like this and take off and get yards that way. And you see right here, I had a lot of success doing it that way. So that's gonna wrap this up, guys. And right now he goes for around 250,000. I think I picked him up on auction about a week ago, and look how long it took me to review him. Right, not a lot of free time, but when I bought him, it goes for around, I bought him for about 330,000 at the time. That's what he was going for. Now he goes for about 250,000. So he dropped about 100,000 coins. So that should tell you, possibly in another week, maybe he'll be going for like 170, 180. Who knows? So if you want to pick him up, only pick him up if he fits your scheme. That's the best advice I can give you. But I'll see you boys for the next review. Peace.